hollers and hills of West Virginia, it's Heavenly Hills Homestead with another episode. Stay tuned. Bear, let's go take a look at what we got over here. Gotta be careful not to step on any vines. Good girl. Pull her off there. $21.95 towel. Let's see, is she cool? Yeah, cool as a cucumber. Yeah, buddy. Alright, let's get a measurement on her, huh? Hang on, watch out, I gotta measure her. She finally broke 100 pounds. Huge plant. See all this plant? All this over in here at an angle from that pole this way at an angle. So like half of this belongs to her, and all this back over here. And she's only 104 pounds a day. So yeah, she was 90. Was she 93 or 83 yesterday? 80 something yesterday. I can't remember.
40.
Anyway, she's 20 some days old. I have to look back at all my stuff and get exact numbers, but I'm hoping that she'll start doing better now that we've trimmed the plants, pruned the plant, whatever you want to call it. I need to get in there and prune 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more vines, 7, 8 more vines, 9 more, 10 more vines in there that I can see, 11, 12, 13. So I need to trim those, but I didn't want to take them all at once yesterday. You can do a lot of damage. If you take too much at once, you can really hurt yourself, hurt the plant, hurt the pumpkin. So you take out a little bit, let it kind of heal itself over, and then you go and you take out more the next day or the day after. So guys, so she's doing really good. She's really doing good. I'm very pleased with her. She should be picking up the pace even more so. I'll give her a light fertilizing and watering this evening. Just a light one, and should help her out. And I'll also spray. I didn't get a chance to spray the plants last night, so I'm gonna spray them today and get some of these bumblebees out of here, because I'm thinking they're nesting in here somewhere, because I've never seen so many bumblebees. And I mean, you can see they're everywhere, and I mean, they're sleeping on the back of the leaves, and just there's way too many in here, so they got to go. I can't risk them stinging me anymore, or the kids, so they got to go. So, like I said, it's not a problem generally, but I think from everything I've researched last night, I do believe that there's a nest very close by, and I don't know where it's at, and I can't locate it. I mean, I've been all in these plants, but yeah, they got to go. So I hate doing that, but they don't really leave me an option, because I can't have the kids getting stung. I can't keep getting stung by them, so they're gonna have to go. So she's doing good. That's what we got going on here. She's a nice one. Looking good. Better measure just a 1347 Rotobaugh. So she's taking a little over 140 pounds. So doing good, doing real good, I think. I can't remember the days. She's at 20 something. So doing good, looking good. I need to get back here and clean her some more. She's sapping like crazy, and that is bad. I mean, it's not bad. It's good that she's doing it because it shows that she's pushing a lot of growth, but it's bad that she's doing it because it attracts bugs. So we got to get all that cleaned up today here in a little bit. I'm going to show you how to clean that up and what we're going to do to get it all clean and kept clean and all that stuff. So I'll show you that in just a little bit. 1965 Rotobaugh, and she is doing work. Good night of living. Look how much bigger she is from yesterday. Let's check on everything back here. Looks good. She's starting to sap back here. Got to clean this up again. So we're gonna get everything. We're gonna be doing a lot of stem cleaning, pumpkin cleaning today. Okay, that's what's going to be the main focus of this video. So let's get her measured and see what she's doing. All right, guys. So she's put on roughly 28. See, 28.3 pounds. I think is what it is. 28.3 pounds. Yeah. So that's a good gain. I'll take that all day long. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will. I got some kind of funny looking stuff on my leaves. What is it? Is that burn? What is that? I don't know what that is. We gotta figure that out too. All right. She's doing pretty good. On to the next. 83 Bayuk. Take a look at it. I'm hoping it'll start turning around and coming on. Let's get her measured up here and see what she's like. So surprisingly, I came over here and I looked today and I thought, man, she looks bigger than yesterday, but maybe it's just because I trimmed up so much of the plant. And then I measured her and she's put on, that's the biggest gain she's had the entire time she's been growing. So maybe she's turning around. I don't know. We'll see, we'll see if she's making that corner now or what. Maybe the plant's finally got balanced or something. I don't know. Again, this was a Clonex plant. But yeah, she's had the biggest gain so far. She was 90 some pounds yesterday, like 93 pounds, and today she's 114. So we'll take it. We'll definitely take it. So on to the gentleman. This pumpkin here has had its largest. Man, look at all that. Bees, look at them all. Bees and cute beetles. I need to get out of here. Anyways, she had her largest gain last night. She was, there we go. She was 403 pounds yesterday, and today she is 349.9. So almost 340 pounds. So she had a huge gain last night. I could tell it right away. Looking great. I love it. It's starting to get some good white, striations in her. It's going to be a pretty pumpkin, guys. Pretty pumpkin. So 1088 Bayuk. Let's get on with the next. I want to talk about this. How to clean your pumpkins. Now this is good for whether it's the vine, like you have a particular area that's looking kind of bad on a vine, or the pumpkin itself. Any of these will work to do that, okay? So what we're going to do is you need a spray bottle first, okay? A measuring cup or some type of apparatus to measure with, maybe even, some styrofoam cups, like this, just so as long as you can measure your amounts. And so you want to do a solution that is a 1 to 5 and as your lowest, up to 1 to 10 on your bleach. Okay, you can use bleach and you can use hydrogen peroxide. I would recommend getting a higher strength peroxide if you can, like a 40% peroxide. You can find that at different spots. Go online and Google it. I can't remember exactly. I think maybe hair salons might have it. I think maybe a 40%. This will work, and you don't have to water it down nearly as bad, but the 40%, from what I've been told by better growers than I, say 40% works a lot better than this stuff right here. So anyhow, this is a 28-ounce bottle. I'd say it ends up being 32 once you get to the very tip top of it. I would say it's a 32-ounce bottle. It's 28 ounces, and we want to do 1 to 5. So you'll have to find out. You have to do a little bit of math here. So hang on a minute. Let me do some math. Okay, guys, so 32 is what this ends up being total. 32 divided by 4 goes 8 times, and then you can say, okay, so out of that, I can do 4 ounces of bleach, and the other 7 times that it goes into it would be, the water. So that would be your 1 to 7 ratio. Do you understand what I'm saying? Your clothes will get it too. Let me see. I went a little over, didn't I? Or did I? No, we're right at it. Okay, cool. It's just the bubbles. All right, so now the rest of it we'll fill with water. Let me see. Just a little over 28 ounces. Probably like 29 ounces. So, but you can see, that's what you need. All right. Let's get down in here. All right, well, you can help me say the bye-byes. All right, let's get down here. Whew. All right. See if I can get y'all sitting in here where you can see good. Hopefully that will work. I don't have any issues, I'm hoping. Alright. So, what I'm going to do, first of all, you got to understand that this stuff will attract bugs. The smell of it attracts them. Why is this not spraying? There we go. The smell of this stuff attracts bugs. And they come and then they start eating on it. And that leads to infections and all sorts of nasty stuff, right? We're going to get that sprayed real quick. I'm going to take a paper towel, wipe it off best you can, okay? Let's get it all off there. Every place that has it, get it off. Okay. This vine right here has been giving me some issues, but we're just going to pick it up and go like that with it. It should be a-okay because it's not attached to anything at the moment. Just going to let it hang up there. It should be all right. All right, now spray it again. This time, just kind of let it set for a little bit longer, okay? And while you're doing that, while you're letting that set for a little bit, just go ahead and spray the entire fruit down with it. Blossom in, all around it, okay? And just give it a good cleaning. It won't hurt it none. It's good to clean the pumpkins. Keeps any kind of fungus or bacterial, anything that's might be there that you don't see. You could be stopping something. So just clean it every once in a while, especially when they start getting big like this and putting on a lot of weight. You just want to try to keep them as clean as possible. So, wipe them down good. Get her good and clean. Make sure you watch your foliage. You don't want to get any of it on your foliage, and if you do, make sure you spray it off quickly, because it'll kill your leaves and stuff. So now that it's wiped down, it's nice and clean. All right, got it looking good. You dried it off. You got it dried. Wipe it till it's dried off. All right. Now you should be good to go on ahead and start trying to clean off the this back here on this back side. And it should start coming off a little bit easier. There's marks all over this pumpkin from that vine right there. I should have done it several days ago, and I just didn't do it. I needed to, but it's okay. You're gonna have to keep these very, very clean, because this right here is where infection will start. So every day, now that you got this, I'm gonna try to zoom in and get y'all a better shot of all this, but you'll see how bad it is. And we're gonna let it soak again here in just a minute. I'm just cleaning it up best I can right now, and then we're gonna get in there and soak it one more time. Get a pool noodle put on this vine here so we can stop any bumping or any of that garbage going on. You want to make sure you get this clean. You don't want to lose this fruit from lack of being clean, right? All these marks on it here are stretch marks, growth rings, growth cracks, whatever you want to call it, and they're filled with dirt and nastiness. You look at that. Yeah, so you want to get them clean, because it'll definitely rot your pumpkins if you don't. Now, you got the majority of it out of the way, so spray her again, and this time leave it sit for at least 2 minutes, maybe 5. Okay? Keep a time on it, keep track, all right, and keep it clean. We're gonna do a little bit of pruning maintenance here on her while we're here. This right here needs taken off. It'll eventually rot off and cause you problems that you don't want. So go on ahead and remove that. Remove this. Okay. Remove that and remove this right there. Just give it a good once over. Anything that's looking bad, just kind of get it out of the way. And if you need to, you can give it a little shot of stuff, help it out there. But this vine is looking good. Now I'm gonna go get another pool noodle, and we're gonna put that on here while we're waiting. All right, we're back. Got this. Scoop that up on there like so. You're gonna want to make sure you keep an eye on that too, because you don't want anything hurting it, pushing or pulling it any certain way. You want to make sure you keep a good eye on your fruit. It's the only way you're going to grow and grow good, is by keeping an eye on it. So I'm going to wipe this down one more time. And you guys should be able to see a tremendous difference. Look at that. See, now we're looking good. Now the fruit don't look nearly as bad. When we wipe, everything's looking better. Just gotta take your time. And that should take away any kind of smell that was attracting bugs. Now bugs should stay gone, all right? And not want to get over here on it. So should be good to go. We're gonna keep a check on that throughout the evening, and just make sure that everything's good to go on it. You know, you don't want any bad reactions. I've done this last year, and we had good success with it, so we want to continue to do it. But you also don't want to just, you know, assume that it's just going to be okay. You want to keep an eye on that fruit, and make sure that everything's okay, you know, when you do it. Because this is a nice, it's just shaping up to be a really nice fruit, and I like it. And it took me a lot of effort to get this thing to grow, because it did not want to grow. It didn't want to germinate, and it didn't want to grow once I did get it germinated, and then it started triple vining me, so it took a lot of effort to get this thing going. I don't want to lose her. It's a 1347 Rotobaugh. I believe this is going to be something to really help my growing in my future seeds and stuff. So, all right, on to the next. It's on the 1965 Rotobaugh. Y'all can see we got an issue right there. Zoom in a little bit. Okay, so this should not look like this. Not only is my blossom suffering from severe Peyronie's disease and growing that way a lot, it's rotting, starting to rot a little bit. It's getting a little soft, so we're going to clean this up. And first things first, you want a good, clean knife. So we sterilize with the bleach solution that we have. Okay. And then we come over here and we look at it and we wipe any of the dirt away. In fact, you know what? First, let's go ahead and just sterilize the area. That way we know that we're good to go. Okay. Let's clean the area off first and foremost. Then we don't have to worry about transmission of any sort of nasty diseases hiding in the wings, waiting to enter our beautiful fruit that is growing tremendously well right now, and we're loving her. Love her, love her, love her. She's looking great. See how it's just breaking off like that? That should not be happening to that extent. So we're just going to get her cleaned off here. And looking good. All right, now, right here, can y'all see how bad that's rotted right there? Let me see. I'll show you I'll show you in a minute. We're going to have to cut her off, though. And so, there we go. We cut it off, and there is what she looks like. See how bad she was? Very, very bad. She was rotting. She was rotting all the way. In fact, you can see through her. There's a hole, very small hole, right there. Right there. There's a hole that you can see through. So that was bad. That's how things enter the pumpkin that we don't want to enter. And we got to go on ahead and fix that right there. Just carefully remove it. All right, so now that's done. It's clean. We're gonna spray it down one more time and let it set for a couple minutes. And like I say, while that's doing that, just spray the pumpkin down and clean her off as well. And then we'll move back here to the stem, clean the stem off. Beautiful looking pumpkin. Absolutely gorgeous. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, there she goes, all cleaned up. Okay, now come over here and clean this up. Okay. I hate doing this to them. I ain't never had to do this. I always feared I would have to at some point. And so we have. And we'll do the best we can to keep her clean of any bad stuff. Keep her growing good. Alright, there we go. Now, you'll put a little bit of sulfur powder on that. Just a little bit. Keep it nice and dry, okay? So there's how you take care of that. I'm gonna move back here and clean this stem off. On to the next. Okay. I'll show you how to clean up this stem area here on this 1965. You see where my juncture here, I've showed you earlier in the video how it's been, you know, continuously spreading open and getting bigger. That's because the stem is getting larger, so this junction starts getting larger, and you want to get a little bit of, so you got no slack. So we're going to get some slack on her. Pull that up a little bit. Stop, Kira. And so we'll get the slack in the vine there a little bit. You see there's a little bit of slack. You don't want to, if you don't have slack, it will definitely break off there. Trust me, I learned the hard way last year. Had one I wasn't really paying any attention to, and it broke right off. So you want to head and get you some slack there, and we might have to fix this in the next day or so and get it a little bit better. As far as this goes, we might have to put it up on some boards and stuff and loosen that back, that even maybe another one or two back there up. But anyhow, we want to get this cleaned off. We're getting a little bit of sapping under here, which it's not a big deal, but yeah, it's can become a big deal very quickly, and so you don't want it to become that. So you clean it off like so. Let me get one of these old bleach towels here. All right. Wipe it down there. All right, so you look up underneath there, and you'll see I'm scraping, just very gently scraping any of the bad old gunk off of it. And I'm not being vigorous, I'm just letting the knife scrape a little bit out, And you see there, we're getting a little bit of it out at a time. And you just keep on working like that until you're satisfied with what you got. And then you have to come up here and clean this area right here out, because it's getting bad again. In fact, I'm going to cut it just a little bit, because what's happening is it's holding moisture. It's got a lip, and that lip was holding moisture. So we're going to cut that lip right there, and we're going to ever so gently scrape in the crack. It does make it hard sometimes to get in there, and you just got to be creative with how you do it, okay? And you can see all that nastiness coming out, all right? But you got to get it out of there. However you got to do it, you got to get it, because if not, it will lead to an infection and possible loss of the fruit, and we do not want that. Don't want that at all. Work too hard to lose one to something from mismanagement or being lazy. So you want to make sure you get them. Cut your fingernails as well before you come out here, because you will scratch the crap out of a fresh young pumpkin, and you don't want to put any scars on it, because the small scars turn out to be big, gigantic scars when they get bigger. So you want to be careful for that. And just get everything cleaned out the best you can right here at this junction. Hard to get up in there and see what you want to see. Okay. Yeah, I still got a little bit more scraping to do right there. Be very careful. I'm gonna scrape it just a little bit. Okay, I think that right there is probably good enough. Now, put the pocket knife away so you don't injure the fruit. And spray, spray, spray. Okay, let that sit. I'm gonna look over here on this side because I didn't look on this side very well. I may need to do a little cleaning over here, I think, possibly. Let me take a look and see. Well, if you think this is gonna be just a one-time and done thing, you're sadly mistaken, because I had to scrape stems last year all the way up until almost way off. Just want to make sure that they're kept clean. You don't want any funky monkey. Alright, let it set for just a little bit, a couple of minutes, and then we'll be on our way. Okay guys, time for a little bit of Bubba's Dirty Sock action. Wipe some of these spots off the pumpkin. And cover her back up. Guys, if you're going to be doing any work over your pumpkin, I would advise covering them back up before you start working, because belt buckles or any kind of anything can scratch them really bad and put a really bad scar on them. So just cover your girls up. All right, get my knife out here. So I loosened up the one back there. I'll show you that in a minute. But first, what we're going to do is we're going to get these ready to put the roots in them. So, a little slit right there, maybe. There we go. There's a slit. All right, so then here's another. There we go. All right, now move this one out of the way. Bring this over here and put our Bubba's Dirty Sock on this taproot and get in there as best as you can and as deep as you can without breaking it if you can. So, hang on a minute. Let me see here. Okay, there we go for that. Now we have to find our hole. There's one hole, two holes. All right, now. And of course she came out. Get her back in there. All right. Come around it like so. I don't think we got a big enough thing here. Huh. We're a little shy. We have to go get another one here in a second. So we'll just use this one real quick. Put it on like so. All right. Now we've done started losing the root again. Once they get rooted in there and going, they don't come back out. So you just got to get them started and they'll be good to go. And you can cut that away at any time if you're tired of it, don't want it, but it'll follow that sock and it'll go down into the ground as well. But that sock will follow it as it comes up too. So it's I think it works. Others may doubt it, but I think it works. I used it last year. Coincidentally, it grew. My two biggest pumpkins were grown using it, and so that kind of got me to believe it. So I'm not going to deviate from that. I'm going to stick some of these foam boards up underneath right there. Get this lifted up. Don't want to go too high, but you do want to get it up so it's so it can start moving. And we're just going to leave whatever we don't use. We're just going to leave it right here with it because we're going to use it eventually. So just keep this piece here with it, and then we'll stick this up underneath there one more time. There we go. Gives a good move upward, and we've already got this root here pretty much dug out. You can see there's a lot of that root hanging on to it. I think y'all can see it. Let me see. I hope y'all can see what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, you can see. Move this out of the way, maybe you see a little bit better. You can see it right there. It's a really nice big root, and I'm just gonna get in here and open this up. I'm actually gonna send some of that down to the bottom, and then grab it all and start putting it in. Just like you would a sock if you were going to wear it. Maybe not as easy, but there we go. Yep. Yeah, she's good to go. All right, now we'll have to get a zip tie and zip tie that, but that's how it is. So on to the next. Guys, got a fan sitting on our blossom end, waiting for it to dry off and heal over. Once it scabs over and stuff, I'll stick it back up there on the stump. We got that other one zip tied there, so this pumpkin is squared away and looking pretty good, I think. So we'll go over here, try to work on this 1883 Bayuk a little bit, see what it may or may not need. So I also got to get some sand put under all the rest of them tonight. sometime today. So we'll have to do that if the rain will hold out. Looking like it's getting ready to, it's thundering. So let me get to it. About lost her 1883 Bayou. You can see right there somewhat. She had a kink in a vine. The kink was, she was turned, here, I'll just spin her back here so you can see. She was turned like that. She had a real bad kink both ways. Anyways, you can see right here, maybe if I can get the camera to focus right in there, this area. She was split and then she was looking real bad in there, so we fixed that. And then you see her mane comes down here. It's where the first one was, and that was the S curve, and I couldn't put it back, so right here is where she's at, and you see she's in a bind like that. So when she's sitting like this, which is how she normally sits, now I got to scoot her uphill to get the kink out. And you see she's kinked here and she kinks over here, which is causing the split. Come on. She's kinked here, that's causing the split. She's kinked back here, which is causing lack of nutrition and water to get to her. So we're going to take her, spin her uphill, and you can see how that takes it out. Just like so. Now the kinks are out and they're flowing better. So that's how we get those out. I just got to cover up some roots here and on to the next. Okay guys, 2350 Ginger, getting up there in size. Went on ahead and put more sand down, you see. So good on that for a little while. Back here, clean this spot up, clean that spot up there, and another spot over there on that vine. Anyways, pushed her, kinked her, she had a kink in her vine. She was turned too much to me, so I pushed her blossom in that way, and then got behind her and pushed her forward. Don't recommend doing that. It's quite painful, but only way to move her right now because I got a fence in my way. And I still need to talk to the neighbor to see if it's okay if I go over there and do stuff through the fence. So we'll see. Shouldn't need moved again for a little while. I think last year I only had 1 or 2 pumpkins that consistently needed moved. The other ones just grew right there where they were at and did fine. Didn't really have to move them much. I think I moved them 1 or 2 times. The 1016 I think I moved once or twice and was done with it. I think I know I moved the 915 probably 30 times, seems like. And then the 950 Cook, I moved it like once or twice. So not a whole lot of movement. So hopefully we won't have to move this one much. We'll go over and check on the 1088 Bayou, get it cleaned up, and end this video. All right, so I was inside. There's some culprits. Anyways, she looks really good now. So, looking pretty good. Get y'all a little close up here of it. There you go. Looks good. Looks good. Alright. So, zoom y'all back out. The moon's pretty again. Beautiful. Oh, if we could just have summer year round. It's pretty, that's for sure. Look at all them bats. Can y'all see them bats flying around? Lots of bats around here. And hoping to build some bat houses so we can get more bats around here, because bats are essential to having bug control, pest control. The more bats you have, the better pest control you have. Also, if you've got bat houses, you can go and collect the guano from said bat houses and use that for fertilizer. So it's kind of a win-win if you're a gardener. So anyhow guys, we appreciate you watching, and we'll see you tomorrow right here in the hollers and hills of West Virginia.
Don't forget to smash that like button. notification bell. Don't get the dog.
Good job. Here you go. New toys. Thank you.
Don't get the dog.
Don't forget to share. Yep. There you go. Good job. And
And
subscribe.